What's going on YouTube?
Washington.
This is boy Marty 4 here once again. Hey, what's going on YouTube? This your boy Jamar 4 here once again. And look, this past few weeks has been a long weekend. Well, first of all, what I did, the last video I did was Bad Girls Club. That Wednesday, I had some friends come in town and they stayed until last night, really. So I hadn't been able to record much, and the whole thing of dealing with people is kind of throwing me off my schedule. So I haven't been able to do recording like I wanted to. But now that they're gone and I've kind of got myself back into the groove, we can get back to recording videos that are our regularly scheduled program. I meant to record my Love and Hip Hop, but my manager called for lunch and I had to stay at work for the rest of the day, but that's neither here nor there. I'm going to do that video right after I do this video. But we're here to do Bad Girls Club, Season 12, Episode 2, Bad Girls Chicago. Let me tell y'all, this already, we are just in Episode motherfucking 2. And this season is already slaying the entire Season 11, okay? Already, just based off of, well, who the girls are and what they've done already. They have already proved to be more than bad bitches than any of the people in Season 11, even some of the people that I like. Sorry to say, but it's the truth. And but now, even though that is the case, some of y'all, mainly a couple in particular, I'm looking at you like, bitch, get it together. But we'll get into that. So the episode starts off pretty much at where the last one ended, with Lindsay versus Jada kicking heels into each other's chest. Lindsay being psychotic and crazy and just yelling and screaming and crying. And they pulled over on the side of the road because she wanted to get out the car. She's like, I want to go home. And I'm just thinking, like, bitch, why don't you let them drive you home? Why would you have them stop in the middle of the side of the road and then be like, I want to go home, I want to get out? Where are you gonna go, bitch? It's the side of the freeway. Like, girl, anyway. But long story short, Lindsay goes home. She went home on her own accord. You know what? I just realized, I was wondering this whole time when I would see like the previews or like the pictures of all the bad girls, I would wonder, like, this other girl, I recognize everybody else, but this other girl don't look like Lindsay. And I'm like, this whole time they have been previewing the replacement. I think her name is Asia or something, but they didn't even put Lindsay. They didn't even bother to put Lindsay in the promotion. I'm like, well, I mean, they did do that one, but she was sitting there acting stupid, like she thought Chicago was in Boston. That's it. But child, anyway, Lindsay's out. Let's just leave it at that. Lindsay is out. So we get to what is the main issue, the central issue of this episode that everything else seems to stem from, and that seems to be Alex. And I try not to get too ahead of myself, but the girls are starting to think that Alex is Sadiddy. Mostly it's Lauren that's saying these things, and I'm just gonna say it like this. What their whole issue is, from what I've gathered, makes no sense. Lauren is frustrated with Alex because when they go out to the club, Alex walks in first and she's saying like, oh, she's the bad bitch, she's this, she's that. Well, bitch, if you don't want her to walk in first, walk faster. Or be the first out the car. Like, why does it matter to you that she's the first to walk in the club? Like, when they was saying all these things about Alex, or they call her slim or whatever, it sounded like they were insecure, honestly. Because it would be one thing if Alex was really portraying herself to be like this, like she's really better than everybody else. I really don't get that from her. I feel like she's just saying, like, we're cut from two different cloths. Like, I'm just not that type of girl to get loud and boisterous and just all out. I'm not a fighter. Like, she has a modeling career. Why would she damage her face, her moneymaker, for the Bad Girls Club? Now, mind you, what I will say is, Alex, I have to wonder why you're here. I mean, granted, yes, the Bad Girls Club is to take in young ladies and help them fix their issues and work on things of that nature. Okay, fine. But I'm sure you see previous seasons of the Bad Girls Club where people, in light of fixing these issues, you are bound to get into a fight. So it seems like this is probably not the best place for you to be, in my opinion, but whatever. But the girls just had this issue with her, and it just sounds so stupid when they say it. Because, like I said, it would be one thing if Alex was more, like, bitchy about it and tried to rub it in people's face like she was better than everybody else, but she really doesn't. She tries to stay to herself. She don't really doesn't try to draw attention to herself, but people just feel some sort of a way about it, and I just feel like it's not even called for. It doesn't make any sense, but whatever. We'll get in more into it as the episode goes on. So Red and Jada talk outside after they're at the smoke break when they went out to this little restaurant for lunch. And she admits to sleeping with her sister's husband because I guess throughout their childhood life, Red was called fat, she was called this, and her sister was bringing her down like, you'll never get somebody. And Red's way of revenge is sleeping with her husband, and unknowingly. Now, do I agree with that? I'm ashamed to say a part of me does. Because I feel like people who judge people and people who put people down like that deserve that kind of karma on one end. I don't really feel sorry for her feelings because, like, throughout this, your sister, like, this ain't some random bitch. This is your fucking sister. And you go sit here and call her fat and tell them that she ain't worth nothing and she ain't gonna get nobody. Well, if she wants to go and she can manage to get the same thing that you got, I say you deserve that shit. But that's just one side. Now, the other side is me looking at you like, bitch, you trifling. Instead of getting her husband, even though it probably hurts her worse to get her husband, just go out and get your own man and mind your own business. Okay? Don't even give a fuck about what she's talking about. Because a lot of people who bully you, a lot of people who say hurtful things about you, only do it because it fills them up. It gives them some sort of power and makes them feel better about themselves. But if somebody says something to you and you don't react or you don't really pay them any mind, they're not going to keep doing it because they're not getting a reaction out of you. And the fun is taken out of the situation. So I would just say, fuck her. Go on about your life, get your own man. Because honestly, that's just, even though it's revenge for her, it's going to be bad karma for you later. Because you don't want to end up being like a tit for tat type battle with your sister. Anybody got time for that. But yeah, part of me is like, high five, bitch. Another part of me is like, girl, you tripping. Go get your own shit. So that's my opinion about that. Now, Jada and this whole felon thing, I wish she would stop using that word because the way she uses it makes her think like she fucking robbed a Bank of America, the Citibank, like she murdered, went on a serial killing spree, like she was the freaking sniper or something. But all you did was drive without a license, girl. I mean, granted, you probably got some sort of jail time for it, but I don't classify you in the same realm as a felon. Like a legit felon. Like somebody who's killed bitches. So, no. I wish she would stop using that word. She tries to hide behind it, and I just don't understand. But, another thing I had in my notes is that Alex says she doesn't do this. Oh, I don't fight, I don't get on top of tables, I don't dance, I don't breathe, I don't drink water. I'm like, bitch, what do you do? Like, that's why I'm wondering, like, Alex hasn't really done anything wrong, but yet Alex does nothing. It's like, why are you here? I'm just like, what is the purpose that you said you're here for? You can get anywhere. That's why I'm just like, well, not anywhere, but you can just go to a therapist for that. You don't need to be on a show that is known for ratchetness and violence, sort of. They're trying to get away from that this season. They're doing a good job at it thus far. But still, why? Why are you here? But then we start getting to see how Alex becomes a central theme in everybody's issue. Lauren and her daddy issues. Lauren's father has been incarcerated, I want to say, for the past 3 years, and she's only seen him through glass. And I believe that her daddy is going to be released while she's in the Bad Girls Club, and she's sad that she wish she could have come at a different time. She feels guilty about being in the Bad Girls Club and not being able to see her daddy. And Jonica is talking to her just like, bitch, go see your daddy. Go do what you got to do, you know. And that's what I would have said too. Like, ain't nobody fucking. This is the Bad Girls Club. This is something temporary. This means nothing. This is your daddy. Like this is your everything. Go be with your daddy. And she was just feeling all emotional and crying and shit. And Lauren honestly just goes kind of crazy. She really goes kind of crazy. Like, she listens in on Alex's conversation about how no girl has ever disliked, what did she say? No girl has ever disliked her, like, off jump, or disliked her this much off jump, or something she said along those lines. And Lauren was listening in on the conversation, talking about some, what is you talking about? What you trying to say? Like, she caught her in a lie. And Alex said, what I said was that no other girl likes me and da-da-da-da, whatever it is that she said. Alex wasn't trying to hide that shit, but Lauren tried to make it seem like she was being fake and phony. I know how they like to call bitches fake in 2 seconds. She tried to call her fake and phony and all this other shit, and I'm just like, what did she do? I don't understand. She's all of you people are talking about how she's this, how she's sedity, and what it is that she talks about, but she's just being herself. What is fake? I don't get it. She doesn't seem to have fake breasts. She's tall and skinny. She doesn't seem to have a fake ass. I'm assuming that's probably her real hair because she's mixed. So what's really fake, madam? And this is where I'm looking at Lauren like, bitch, you kind of crazy. I don't know about you. I liked you at first, but I'm giving you the side eye right now. For real. But Lauren gets on the phone with one of her friends, and her friend talks some sense into her ass and says that, you know, you don't need to worry about that. You need to just let her do what she gonna do and give her a chance, or blah, blah, blah. Basically, the friend was making some damn sense. For real. And while Alice was out talking to, I believe it was Red or Jada, one of the two. You know, Lauren comes and says, you know, I didn't have to come at you like that. You know, I was dealing with some things about my daddy and this, and I had to take it out on you. And so they apologized and kind of made up as made up they can be, which I respected a lot because that doesn't happen on the Bad Girls Club very often. If you guys are familiar with the show, an apology could come episodes later. Like, they'll string out a beef forever as long as they can. But, you know, they squashed that beef really quick, and I was like, you know what? That's what the fuck I'm talking about. That's what the fuck I like to see. So, Red and Jada get into the shower, and Red's titties are out. And I'm just like, what the fuck? There's always some kind of token lesbianism in every Bad Girls season. Somebody's trying to get eaten out, somebody's showering, somebody's dry humping and scissoring underneath the bed. It's always something, but this season is no different. It just seems like, I don't know what more they could do to make it not seem like such a pattern, but Red is hilarious. Red is a fucking cackle and a half. I love her. So the next issue that arises, which still has a center point of Alex, is Jonica's noticing, you know, Jada's kind of looked like a flip-flopper because one minute, I believe, Jada was the only person that Alex was kind of talking to, but then the next minute, when they would all be around each other and they would, you know, some people would say something sly about Alex, Jada would join in and stuff. Like a comment they made while they was making makeup, you know, Alex said something along the lines of, oh, you know, I have such, you know, I love my eyebrows or something like this. Just, I thank my mom and dad so much. I feel so blessed. And they sound, and then when she walked away, Jada tried to make fun of her like, I'm just so blessed. I'm like, y'all are really making this out to be more than what the fuck it is, because how are you going to be mad at somebody for thanking the Lord with the blood boobs bestowed upon them? And she ain't even say it in like a snotty way, in my opinion. I'm just like, y'all sound so petty and immature. It makes me like, are y'all concerned about are y'all self-conscious about your eyebrows or something? Because it's just like, I don't know. Maybe it's me. I don't know. I just don't see anything wrong with what Alex is doing. She just seems, she doesn't do anything that really piss people off for real, for real. I don't know. Without you having some kind of insecurity. Now, mind you, people feel like, oh, she don't stand up for herself. She don't say nothing. She don't do that. But that's just not her personality. Like, a lot of people are just not confrontational like that. And I just don't see what the big issue is, but whatever. So, Lauren switches gears, shifts her attention over towards Jada. She's going around, she confronts her about the whole flip-flop thing. And she's like, well, 1 minute you was talking shit about Lauren in the car. You called her, and Jada was like, well, what the fuck did I say? He's like, you called her a fake-ass bitch, this, that, and the fourth. And Jada was like, hold up, bitch. Is that the fuck what I said? Did I call her a fake-ass bitch? Are you sure that's what I said? And pretty much Lauren was trying to say, well, maybe that's not what you said, but you said something along those lines and blah, 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 blah. I'm like, Lauren, see, that's where you fucked up. If you're going to try to call somebody out on something, especially something that they said that you think is some fucked up shit, you need to have quotations, receipts, okay, and some sort of bank statements. You need to have all of that together before you try to come at somebody, because if you sound like you have holes in your story or your shit, ain't nobody going to fall for that shit. Ain't nobody going to, because you're going to sound like you're making shit up, and it's just going to make your whole argument and your whole point just fall to the goddamn floor. But somehow that whole argument escalated, and, you know, at first they were spread apart, but then all of a sudden, Lauren charges like a motherfucking mad Red Bull that just seen a red cape at Jada's face, and they are going at it. Boom, boom, boom. Lauren is kicking, screaming, getting her damn, what's that shit called? Dang, her body, her sleeping body getting ripped off her head and shit. They went ham. And then here come Red grabbing on Jada, I guess trying to break him up, and she's still getting hit on, and they still connecting. I'm just like, good goddamn. I ain't seen a fight like this in a good minute. But, and then eventually Jada comes back and says, you know, I wasn't trying to disrespect you or whatever. They apologize and they make up again. I'm like, you got two big ass arguments and one led to a big ass fight, and they just solved it and came to an apology just like that. Okay. This is some new shit. We don't see stuff like this happen on the Bad Girls Club for real, for real. So even though Lauren said that her and Alex are kind of cool, sort of, whatever, she said she still doesn't trust her because Alex is playing everybody. How? I still don't see what it is Alex is doing. Maybe I'm missing something. Can somebody point this out as to how Alex is playing everybody? Because I don't see it. If you want to talk about somebody playing somebody, look at last season, Mylin. Mylin was playing people, okay? Mylin was the fucking puppet master. That's playing people. What Alex is doing, Alex ain't doing shit. She is literally not doing a damn thing, and yet all these fights are about her. I honestly just don't get it. And the last thing was when Alex was had got this invite to go to this party or this fashion show, to participate in this fashion show. And since all that fuckery happened on the previous night, she decided not to tell her roommates. Well, I think she told Jonica that she was going out, but I don't know if she told her what exactly it was for. And while they were gone, the other girls felt some sort of way, like, oh, like she could have told us, she could have invited us. I'm like, if we was just fighting, we were just in a big ass argument, granted we could have got cool or whatever, I wouldn't be as upset as they were if I didn't get invited. Because you know what? We ain't cool like that right now. Okay? Now, I mean, yes, she could have at least asked, I guess, as sort of a peace offering. But honestly, I wouldn't have felt no sort of way because I don't really know her for real to be getting mad like that. Like, they was legit mad. Like, I like, y'all just trying to... I don't get it. Now, in my last review, I didn't know much about Alex, but now I'm just looking at, like, Alex is just, she ain't doing nothing. Like, she's the center of the attention for what? But from what it looks like the gears are going to shift, and Jada's going to be the new center of attention where everybody fighting. Because I think she got into a fight with, like, Britt. She got into a fight with the new girl. Somebody else with dark hair. I think only she gets in a fight with Red later on in the season. So it is what it is. And then the next episode, we get to see who the new girl is. I want to say her name is Asia. We'll find out. But that's the end of this review for this episode of Bad Girls Club, Season 12, Chicago. Model behavior. I hope you guys like, comment, and subscribe. Thank you so much for watching the video and supporting the channel. And I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye-bye.